Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be, wherever you are. My name is Falade-Adah, and I've been asked to talk about the role of mentorship in goal achievement. It's quite unfortunate that I cannot project the slide right now. However, I'm sure it has been sent to you. And it's sad that I cannot see you, but I look forward to interacting with you and answering your questions on the Facebook live chat or the WhatsApp chat on the 4th of June. So talking about mentorship, I am very sure that so many of you are not alien to the concept of mentorship. As a matter of fact, we received the data that about 50% of you guys already are involved in a mentorship relationship. However, I am not here to talk about what you should learn or what to expect from your mentor or what to give as a mentor yourself, but to share with you the role of mentorship and how it is imperative for your success. So at the end of this session, you should be able to understand clearly what mentorship is. You should be able to recognize where mentorship is important for achieving life goals. You should find and sustain mentorship or mentorships, as the case may be, because it is not out of place to have more than one mentor, especially for various aspects of your life. And you should also know when to end a mentorship relationship. This video will not take too long, so I implore you to just stick with me. So what exactly is mentorship? Some people understand mentorship as guidance or counseling. Well, those are parts of mentorship, but mentorship really is just having the involvement of somebody who is ahead of you in your life, especially if you share the same interest. Now, I would differentiate the difference between mentorship and role model. You see, a lot of us think that these stars or icons whom we've never seen are mentors, but that is not the case. For example, you could have a spiritual leader, you could have a thought leader or a business person as your role model, but they are not your mentors. Your role model is somebody that you just aspire to become like without necessarily knowing them one-on-one. For example, Mark Zuckerberg could be my role model. As a matter of fact, Shaikh Masiyiwa is my role model. Tony Elumelu is my role model. I have a number of them. Oprah is my role model. Alice Walker is my role model. I have so many of them, but these people don't know me. You see, your mentors don't have to be icons, they don't have to be stars, they just have to be people whom you can look up to. And it is very important for you to share similarities, especially when it comes to career or whatever it is that you have established the mentorship for. It is, well, I can liken mentors to coaches. We know what coaches do, right? They are on the field with the players morning, afternoon, night. They eat what the players eat. They sleep when the players sleep. They regulate their existence. They regulate their life. And what more, they know the weaknesses as well as the strengths of the players. And they share the aspiration of the players. As a matter of fact, they have the life of the players in their hand. So that is how I want you to view mentorship. A mentor is your life coach. Or if you have a business mentor, your business mentor is your business coach. If you have a relationship mentor, your relationship mentor is your relationship coach. So I hope we have been able to get that clearly. And your mentor could even be older than you are. What is most important in mentorship is experience. You see, so you want to choose somebody as a mentor who knows what you're doing, has been there, and is willing to support you. One thing you must do is find a mentor who is genuinely interested in your progress. It is very imperative that you do that. Now, moving forward, why do you need a mentor? And why should you be a mentor? Guess what? I want to believe that no matter where you are in life, there are people who have been there and done the things that you are struggling to do right now. What more, where you are right now or where you were last year, 6 months ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, is where somebody is right now. So I am talking to not just mentees, I'm talking to mentors. At the end of this session, I hope that I would have inspired you to become a mentor to somebody, not just to find mentorship for yourself. When I was in, I have quite a lot of experiences in being mentored from when I was a teenager, yes. So I think I could share with you some of my personal experiences on mentorship. When I was in secondary school, I had a mentor in my vice principal, excuse me, who, our academic vice principal, who single-handedly changed me from a D student in mathematics to an A student. He did not just punish me whenever I didn't do well. He sent all of the teachers to me. You know, he just everybody was accountable to him on my account. And if I had for example 14/15 in a test, he would still flog me bastard for missing just 1 mark. And there you would have people having 5/15 without going scot-free. So he was on my neck, but he didn't just achieve that by flogging me. He did a whole lot of other stuff, but he was my mentor as at that time, and what an influence he was. I also had another mentor, a woman, when I was a teenager, who I assigned the role of relationship mentor, and she would share with us a lot about marriage. And when I got into the university as a freshman, if a guy wanted to ask me out, I would give him my mentor's number to talk with. This was how it went. If you're able to talk with her, then I would listen to you. But if you don't talk with her, I won't listen to you. Now imagine nobody asked me to do this. She didn't ask me to do this, but imagine the amount of stress it helped me evade, because automatically guys who are not serious wouldn't even go that extra mile of placing a call in the first place. So I could at least focus on those who had balls, excuse my language, to put a call through to her before coming to talk to me. So I know that as adults we are independent, we are on our own, but then we are faced with life choices here and there at every time. Almost at every turn we have to make important life decisions, and nobody should have to make these decisions on their own. At times, some of the closest people to us, our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, our aunties, they are not even active participants in our life. They don't know what we do. They don't understand the stress. They don't understand the pressure. They don't know what we're going through. Some of them don't understand the language of the digital world, unemployment, underemployment. They don't understand this stuff. So it's okay for you to find somebody who does, and confide in such a person and rely on that person for support. And I want to believe that I'm talking to people who are intentional about life, because the topic of this session is understanding the importance of mentorship for goal achievement, not dream achievement or vision achievement. Anybody can dream. A lot of us have visions, but whoever has gone the extra mile to make goals out of their vision should at least put in the extra effort to find a mentor, to find guidance, you know. And mentors will not just make your life journey, your career journey easier, they would actually make it faster. So why do you need a mentor? Why do you need a mentor? Number one, they have been where you are right now. Yes, they have been where you are right now. They have made your mistakes for you. You don't have to make those mistakes again. And they have made some friends before you came along. So they have resources and relationships that you can benefit from, and they help you. They put you on your toes. One important factor, one important thing in mentorship is submission. That is why when you're looking out for a mentor, you have to look out for somebody whom you respect and whom you can submit to. We'll go further into that subsequently, but you want to go for somebody whom you give a lot of respect. So mentors help put you on your toes, because they give you assignments, they give you deadlines, they give you books to read, they ask you to do stuff and you have to do those things. So those are some of the reasons you need mentorship. And why should you be a mentor? You owe it to yourself to be a mentor. It is part of self-development. It is not good for you to grow up or to call yourself a grown-up without having somebody who looks up to you. You should have a mentor. In any case, we all do have mentees, rather. We all do have mentees. Either they are signed up with us officially or not. I bet you somebody somewhere is looking up to you to make the right decision, to make the right choices, because they are looking up to you. And you should be a mentor because someone is at the phase where you just left. Like I earlier explained about mentorship. Even in being a mentor yourself, you might say, oh, I'm not in the position, things are not working out right now. No, wherever you just came from, somebody is struggling right there. So whatever experience things you have, it is useful to somebody, and then it keeps you accountable when you know that people look up to you in one area of your life, either career-wise, spiritually, financially, maritally, whatever. When you know that people are looking up to you, it helps you to be accountable, because even if you can afford to fail yourself, or you can't afford to fail them. So we move on quickly to how do you find a mentor. In the document that has been sent to you, you'll find a link to some article I wrote some time back on how I found one of the most influential persons who have mentored me. But I'll quickly tell you that you have to go for somebody who is in the area that you want to go into, somebody in the area that you are, because people have the habit, which is reflex, to steer you in the direction of their own dreams, in the direction of their own aspiration, in the direction of their own interest. So irrespective of what you're saying to them, it's bouncing against their own soundboard, you know. So you have to go for people who are right in the middle of where you're going to. And there are various ways to secure mentorship, especially via platforms like this. You go for seminars, you meet people, you go for programs where they tell you to find mentors amongst facilitators or stuff. But sometimes you can't reach your mentors, or there has been no platform for you to be introduced to them. The article that you would find through that link will show you what I did when I realized there was somebody that I needed in my life but didn't have direct access to. Okay, so we go quickly to how to sustain mentorship. Well, every important endeavor in life should have a lifespan. So the responsible thing you and your mentor want to do, or you and your mentee want to do, is to set out goals for your mentorship in the beginning, so that you can evaluate and measure results. So one of the important things you do to sustain a mentorship relationship is to make progress. You as a mentee needs to be committed to the task at hand. You as the mentee needs to be committed to improving yourself. Our mentors are usually, almost always, very busy people, because they're serious people as well. So you don't get to have them listen to you at all times. But one way you can secure their attention is to be doing great stuff yourself. Whatever you're doing, no matter how little, you want to take it seriously. You want to make progress. You want to give them progress reports. You want to show them, you want to do your assignment, you want to fulfill tasks. If they've asked you to write a plan, you want to write the plan. If they've asked you to read a book, you want to read the book. If they say go make a pitch in social place, you want to do your best. This is the only thing you can do to encourage them to keep mentoring you. And you also want to inspire this kind of behavior in your mentees. Then you want to honor your mentor. Let me say this clearly: your mentor is not your friend. Of course, your relationship needs love, it needs friendship, but don't ever mistake them to be your friend. So you don't abuse the relationship, and so that you don't compromise the value of the relationship. You should maintain an official or semi-official relationship with your mentor, because this is how you can get the best out of them. You should honor them, and you should also respect your mentor's time. You don't go having crash meetings with them, telling them you want to just catch up on them, catch up with them rather, or you don't go asking them questions that you can find answers to yourself. So because it's not all of these mentors that tell you, oh, you're wasting my time, you're not wasting my time, but trust me, it is what you request of them that they will give to you, and before you know it, you've lost exactly why you established the relationship in the first place. Okay, so lastly, when does a mentorship relationship come to an end? I don't know if you've asked this question before, or if you're wondering if a mentorship relationship should come to an end. As a matter of fact, they should, but no, they should not. I would explain this. Now, when should your mentorship relationship come to an end? Number one, when the relationship has been compromised. There are so many things that could compromise an otherwise fruitful relationship with your mentor. Number one is friendship. When it comes to a time when your mentor not only does not just provide mentorship for you, but begins to make demands of you, probably to get things done for him or her, or okay, for example, I had a mentor who we became so close, and he would ask me to carry out some official assignments. Sometimes he would give me a chance to do stuff at his organization. It was going on smoothly until we started having conversations into the late night, although every conversation was official. But of course, you know, when somebody is calling you around 10 or around 9, and then you're in the kitchen, a lot of extra information starts coming into the picture, and before you know, you've become friends. And well, what do friends do? Friends don't you can't maintain the seriousness that mentorship requires in a friendship. So at the point when we became very good friends, we're not able to achieve our mentorship goals. So at that point, you should terminate the mentorship. Something else that could make you, or should make you stop a mentorship relationship, is intimacy. If for example, whatever the gender may be, if you find yourself being intimate with your mentor, it's a good thing. It could be a good thing, and it could be a bad thing, but the most important thing is it could affect your mentorship goals, and so you should be able to choose what you want at that particular time. And if you'd rather the mentorship went off, well, you have to stop the mentorship relationship at that point. Something else that could terminate a mentorship relationship is when you have achieved your mentorship goals. Yeah, like we said, that your mentorship relationship should have goals. So when you've achieved this goal, you realize that you've outgrown the requirements or whatever activities or discussions you set out to have in the mentorship relationship. So this is a good time to cut off from the mentorship activity in itself. But please, I must add this, and it is very, very important, that mentors can be relieved of active mentorship, but should never ever be discarded totally. Don't do away with your mentors. Don't discard them, because whatever it was that they could have contributed yesterday, they could still contribute that or something else tomorrow. So I have an album of mentors, and honestly, they are some of the people I honor and respect the most in my life, because I wouldn't be here today if they had not done what they did when they did it. So please don't discard any mentor for any reason totally, but you can cut off your official engagement with them and continue to retain another kind of relationship with them. I hope this video and this session has been able to help you. Please listen to it again and again, as many times as you would, and prepare your questions for me when the time is right. And if you need any information on what is expected of you as a mentor, please use Google. Google is your friend. Everything you need, okay, not everything, but most of the things you need, most of the information you need are on Google. Also, if you want to know what to expect from your mentor, Google as well. Google will help you. But if you have questions as regarding how vital mentorship is to sustaining success, to living a successful life, you can ask me when the time is right. And please don't think you are at any point above mentorship. Even the mentors of mentors are still receiving mentorship. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Dara Falade. I'm a communications trainer and an innovative conceptual entrepreneur. I also write my thoughts about entrepreneurship on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and I'm sure you would find my details on the other documents that would accompany this video. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you during the live chat. Have a good day.